203. That's the number of times the prosecution says Jesse Conway stabbed Officer Eric Williams on February 25, 2013. Jurors watched the attack, which was captured on surveillance video in the courtroom this morning. In it, prosecutors allege Conway is shown kicking Williams to the bottom of the stairs, stabbing him with 2 homemade shanks more than 200 times, kicking him 11 times, and stomping his face, head, and neck. During opening statements, Conway's court-appointed defense attorney said his client is guilty.
What's up, everybody? Back at you with another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, once again, grab the book, Blood on the Razor Wire. You can hit us up at freedomfighterspc101@gmail.com. Get an autographed copy for $25. If you don't want to get it from us directly, you can grab it on Amazon. It's all good. Working on getting that audio book together too. A lot of people have requested, so we're definitely trying to get that in order. You know, yesterday I put a video up of this youngster getting punched in the face by the cops. The youngster's handcuffed behind his back. And I did that because I wanted to see what people's reactions were. You know, based on what the video is today, what we're going to do today. And some people chimed in and they said, you think we're supposed to feel bad for this criminal because he got punched in the face? Some other people have chimed in and said, you know, dude that I'm real cool with, and said, hey, Chad, man, you know, no matter what it is, man, there's 2 things that a man don't do. You don't spit on nobody and you don't slap nobody. And, you know, that's like a major disrespect, even in the prison world. Like in the prison world, spitting on someone, slapping someone, or inviting them to, you know, your private parts, telling someone, hey, man, suck me off or whatever. Those are like, or calling someone a bitch. Those are major violations, man. Instant, it's popping. Instant, we're getting it on. That's what it is. You know, kind of like when you were in maybe elementary school, 5th, 6th grade, middle school. Someone said something about your mother. Those were fighting words, right? Well, you know, slapping someone or spitting on someone in prison or calling them a bitch, inviting them to your private parts. Those are stabbing words. Those are words you get stabbed over. So some people think it's okay that the cop punched the dude in the face while he's handcuffed behind his back. You know, dude spit on you. If you're going to punch me in the face, I mean, you're doing something as a prison guard or a cop that you're pretty much not supposed to do, right? In your professional job, you're not supposed to do that. So you violated that already. So why handcuff me? You want to punch me in the face? I spit on you? Don't handcuff me. Punch me in the face when the cuffs ain't on me. I disrespected you. I spit on you. I know what's coming. I know what it is. Let's do it. But no, the cop took a different approach, handcuffed him, and then punched him in the face. I don't respect that. And then you seen the dude was kind of like cowering, right? And this is, you know, this is on some prison stuff where you're like, damn, I don't want these cops to kill me or beat me to death or just punch on me while I'm cuffed. So the kid's got to kind of talk his kind of way to kind of like ease them. Man, I ain't never disrespected you guys, man. You know I do the right thing, man, on the PM shift, man. You won't never have a problem out of me again. Really, man, dude was just trying not to get punched in the face no more. Probably didn't feel good. He was already maced. It looked like one of his eyes was swelled up. But you know, there's two sides to every story, right? Sometimes you see cops assault people, you know, in a fucked up way, handcuffed behind your back. And sometimes you see dudes in prison that do bad things to cops. I've seen cops shitted down. I've seen cops punched in the face. I've seen cops slapped in the face. I never personally witnessed any cops get murdered. But don't think for a minute that it don't happen. And the dude we're about to talk about today is a dude that you could end up in a cell with. And I'm going to tell you the real reason why he killed this cop. We're going to get into it. So we're going to USP Canaan, right? USP Canaan. Housing unit. Late at night. Cop walks in. Can't believe his eyes. He sees one of his co-workers, another prison guard, laid out on the ground. Bleeding. Stabbed. Stabbed over 200 times, like 203 times or 206 times. And he panics. Oh shit. He hits the deuces, that infamous little button on their walkie-talkie. He hits it. Officer down, cops come in. The lieutenant sees what's going on, and he makes an announcement. He says, I'm going to kill one of you motherfuckers. But everybody's already in their cell. Everybody went to their cell when this cop was killed. Eric Williams. That's his name, Eric Williams. He was kicked down the steps at USP Canaan. And this dude, Jesse Conwee or Conwee, however you want to say it, follows down behind him, stabs him, keeps stabbing him. Eventually he takes a piece of gum out of the cop's pocket, takes a break, chews the gum. He cut his hand, so he goes and cleans his hand. He comes back. He starts stabbing the cop again. And those for you that have seen the movie American History X, if you haven't, check it out. Conwee pretty much curb stomps this cop, Eric Williams. He curb stomps him. The cop that came in said you couldn't even recognize him. But why would Conwee do this? They follow the blood trail to his cell. And when they get there, they hit the door. Did you do this shit? Yeah, man, issue of disrespect. Issue of disrespect. They see the knife in his hand. He's locked in his cell. They tell him, slide the knife under the door. He says, no, I'm going to keep it. You guys will kill me. Conwee's worried about getting killed now. Old Jesse's worried about dying himself. I mean, he's a killer. Stone cold killer. He was in prison for killing somebody in Arizona. So he knew what he was up against. He was going to finish his federal sentence and had a life sentence to serve. He had a life sentence over in Arizona. And some people don't want to serve life sentences in state prisons because some state prisons are absolutely horrible. So sometimes, and I've been around dudes like this, they will do things in federal prison to catch another case so they can stay. They'd rather stay in federal prison than to go to the state. And I guess in some respects, federal prison is better than places like Alabama State Prison where people are getting stabbed and killed every day. People are getting raped over there every day. It's in the news. That's how I know. Or maybe Arizona State Prison where it's all gang affiliated and it's a dangerous place. And the feds are a little bit better. Me personally, I'd rather be in federal prison than one of them places probably. If I had a choice between New York State Prison and federal prison, I'd rather be in New York. Rather be in a state prison in New York. Got my own cell. I can buy a TV off the commissary, watch what I want. You know, in New York State Prison, the respect level's a little bit higher, or it was at least when I was there. I was in New York State Prison before federal prison. The commissary's better. It's cheaper. The food is better. You're treated with a little more common decency, I guess. All the cops in New York State Prison are pretty much the same. You know what you're getting on a daily basis. They do them, you do you. Plain and simple. That's it. You step into federal prison, you got different attitudes, different people doing different things. So that's why state prison is a little bit better. At least when you go to New York. But Conwee Conway, that Arizona State Prison had something waiting for him. A life sentence. But see, Conway had already killed someone, right? Stabbed some dudes in prison. Let me take a look and see what it says. Let's look and see what they say about old Conway. Conway was sentenced to life in prison for a 2002 gang-related murder in Arizona. Before that, he received an 11-year sentence for cocaine trafficking and conspiracy. In the late 1990s, he served about 5 years for stealing cars, prosecutors said. While behind bars, Conway continued to display a penchant for violence. He stabbed an inmate, beat another with a metal food tray, and threatened to kill a guard. There were also allegations where he was supposed to kill a cop in the street and didn't do it. Did Conway kill this cop over disrespect? I don't know for sure. But if I was a guessing man, I'd say no. Although there are, people that say that Eric Williams was an asshole. Sometimes you get them asshole cops. If you ever read The Hot House, you can read a little bit about, cops that go in your cell and tear your cell up. They dump shit all over the place. Disrespect your property. You got a pair of shorts with sockets, pockets sewed in there. They might take them. Just petty shit. Throw your shit all over the place, and then you got to go back in your cell and clean it. People get pissed off about that stuff, man. Sometimes you got cops that'll taunt prisoners when they're locked in cells. Usually that happens in the SHU because the cop knows that he'll likely never see you again because you're getting transferred, or he'll be working in the SHU. So sometimes there's disrespect. A lot of times there's disrespect. And I've said this before. There's a culture. There's a culture in there where it's like the cops hate you. Every staff member hates you. I've been in places where you feel like the chaplain hates you. It's just part of the prison environment. Was Eric Smith an asshole? I don't know. Did he deserve to die? Probably not. Probably not. If he's in there tossing people's cells and being disrespectful, should he be doing that? Hell no. Because when you do that, you put yourself in danger. You put everybody else in danger. But I think Conway killed this cat because he didn't want to go to Arizona State Prison. I was in Coleman with another dude who stabbed the dude in the neck. Stabbed this youngster in the neck that had like 15 or 16 months left to go. And he stabbed this dude in the neck, and I'm just like, yo, dude, when I seen him, like, why would you do that? He said, man, I'm tired. He wanted to go to the ADX, get his own cell, get his own TV, so he could watch American Idol or The Voice. I said, dude, you're out of your mind, bro. I was really pissed off that this dude had stabbed this kid, man. Older white dude stabbed a youngster, young white kid that was going home. The kid didn't die, but man, the knife was stuck in his neck, blood spurting out. They told him, don't pull the knife out of his neck. They took him to the hospital with the knife in his neck. Did whatever they had to do and tried to save the kid, and they saved him. Thank God for him, thank God for his family, right? But yeah, man, these are the type of dudes that you'll be housed with. Imagine walking into a prison. They put you in a cell, 11:30 at night with Conway, and he's having a bad day. He's pissed off. He was sleeping. Knock on the door, wakes him up. They're going to put you in a cell with him. You don't even know this dude. You don't know this cat from Adam. But this is the dude that you're going to live with, man. You're going to be in a cell with this dude. What happens if he just feels like snapping that night? You're new to the prison. You don't have a knife, but he does. Those are the things that you should be thinking about. When you're thinking about getting money and doing you, think about the other part of being a drug dealer. You got the good part. You're driving around, fancy cars, all the chicks, eating what you want, drinking what you want. That's the good part, right? But the bad part is that prison door slamming behind you. It's just you and Conway, and he's pissed off. It's not the life you want to live, man. But it's the life that you have to think about. It's definitely the life that you should be thinking like, wow, is this what I really want, man? Weigh your options. And if you weigh them and you feel like, I just want to do me, then do you. But know that the consequences on the other side of that wall are people like Conway. Could you imagine what it's like being stabbed 200 times? You imagine what it's like being kicked down the steps and somebody's just on top of you, stabbing you 200 times? I can't imagine being stabbed 200 times. Where else is there left on the body to be stabbed? You don't want to be that dude, man. I promise you. I've been around some of these cats, man. I've been around some dangerous people, man, that have no respect for anybody or anything. Their life is forever gone. He was already serving life. He knew he had nothing to lose. What do you do when you're around a dude that has nothing to lose? Conway went to trial. He apologized to the family. But at the end of the day, they could have gave him the death penalty, but they decided not to. The jury instead decided to give him life. William's parents were pissed off. Said, this guy got nothing for killing our son. Nothing at all. They wanted blood. They wanted retribution. They wanted Conway to die. They wanted to be able to go watch it, probably. Watch him strap him in a chair, stick a needle in his arm, fill his body with poison so his heart would stop beating, and that would be the end of it. He got lucky. They didn't give him the death penalty. He probably wanted it. You don't want to be strapped to a chair. You don't want the death penalty, right? It's not the life that you want. Do the right thing. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Until tomorrow, with respect, we're out.